hello. On to pairing 4 of Skunkworks round 3. A couple of funky rule sets here. So we got Kropki squares, where digits in these 4x4s are around the grey dots. Which is nice that we got some on the outside as well. Oh my god, with 11. Didn't even notice that. Interesting. Hang on, what on earth is that gonna... Oh, we're gonna have to use digits twice, aren't we? No, hang on. Other two. Well, now I'm confused. Yeah, now I'm very confused. Let me have a proper read and then hopefully I'll understand what's going on here. There must be 2 cells which numbers form a 1:2 ratio. And then the other 2 cells must contain consecutive digits. The other 2 cells. And outside clues give the sum of the 2 digits separated by the nth border. So if that's a 5, then that's first border, second, third, fourth, fifth. Those 2 would sum to 11. And if n's 9, then it just gives you that cell. Grey dots. Yeah, so how is this working? So obviously can't be a 10. The other 2 cells must contain consecutive numbers. Alright, I'm just alt-tabbing to look at the example rules. Oh, sorry, I'm such an idiot. Okay, the example rules helped quite a bit. Of course, these can be consecutive or in the ratio. It doesn't. For some reason, I was thinking it had to pair across like this. But that made absolutely no sense. So these 2 presumably are going to have to be 10s, aren't they? Because they can't be 22s and they can't be 5.5s. But they can also be 12s, in fact. So they're 10 or 12s. And then these are in a ratio and these are in a ratio. So that's sort of black dotted all the way down there. So that's quite cool. I was just wondering if these couldn't be 1s, but they can with a 10 there and then a 9 here, can't they? Interesting. The ratio in this cell has to be a 3/6. And what are we left with at that point? It's going to have to be an 8 as the last even digit for things to be... What am I trying to say? Because you used all the rest of the even digits. In fact, so then that's not 8, so this is a 2 in the middle. And with 1, 4, then you get a 5, 7, 9 here, don't you? Nice. Cool. So one of these is a 1, and therefore needs a 9 there. One of these is a 1, and therefore needs a 9 there. Yeah, that makes sense. And the 2 is this split, so those 2 sum to 11, which can only be done with 3 and 8, which is nice. I was about to put a 9 here. That's not how that works. Cool. Nice start. And then 4, 1, 2. It's between, if that's a 4, it's between the 4th box and the 5th box, isn't it? Is the way to think about it. I think that's still got quite a lot of possibilities. Let's have a look at this. Where are we getting a 1:2 ratio in anything that's here? It's not happening between any of these digits, so that's going to be a 1:2 ratio with one of these. And it can't be with the 6 because they're both odd. So the 6 ratios, the 6 is consecutive with one of these. And then this has got to be double something of this sort, isn't it? So it's going to be, whoops, either a 10, a 14, or an 18. So if that was 9, then that doesn't work, does it? Ah, so then you get the 9 down here, which gives you all of this. That is 10, that clue's then done. That clue's also done. Can't put an X in the middle. Just going to try and cross off that grey box. Oh, but this is, yeah, this is 6, of course. Nice. This grey dot has got to be interesting, hasn't it? Because the 9 is going to be ratioed with a, can be consecutive with an 8. So that, in fact, is a just straight up to 8 pair. This can't be 18 anymore. It's 10 or 14. And what's going on with this 6? So if that's 5, that would have to be a 2-4 pair, which isn't happening anytime soon. So these two come from 1, 2, 4, or 5 to somewhere down here. Again, you need 3 and 6 in this thing, and therefore you also need a 4 and a 5. So how the rest of that works. Hang on, what have I done? 5s are here, so that's 1, 2, 4. Nice. 1, 7, 9. Oops. Let's do it like that. That's probably easier, isn't it? 9's down here. 1s, 7s, and 8s. 3s, 5s, and 6s. Cool. This pairing, so that either sums to 12, which it could do with a 3, 9, or it sums to 10, which it can do in a few ways. I'll leave that as is at the mo. Here, probably next. So one of them, yeah. So one of them's going to have to be a big number, like a 14 or an 18, to be double one of these. But because that's a 9, it tells you what this is. So one of these is, I'm just going to pencil mark it like this at the mo. Whichever one is the 7. So if that's 7, then these two sum to 14. And of course they can't sum to 18, can they? So it's got to be a 14 and a 6, but I don't know which way round these two go. But one of these two is a 6, and then the other's sum to 14, which has to be done with a 5 and 9, which is rather lucky because then that doesn't hit the 7s, doesn't it? So you get 5, 9, and a 6, or 5, 9, and a 6 like that. And 9's interesting on the dot. Oh, but one of them is a 5 or a 9, isn't it? Which always takes your consecutive. Which might be interesting. Puts 8s or 4s or 6s on here. Probably doesn't say all that much. This has got to be a 7 because of that 9. So again, you've got the same thing with where are you getting a... Why did I make that a 6? Sorry. That could have been an 8 still, couldn't it? Can't be 18, but that can be an 8. Yes. That's an 8 or a 6. So 6 or 8 here. And again, still that could be the way around. Yeah, I keep getting confused about where your doubles and stuff are. But either way, that's a 7. And how's this going to work? So we need, because yeah, so I was, for some reason I was now thinking this had to be in a ratio, but in fact it can't be in a ratio. So one of these is 6 or 8, or even 10. No, because if that was 10, that would have to be 14. In fact, this has to be, because it can't be double 9, and then therefore that is an 8. With a 14 there, and then those two sum to 14, which only works like this. So that's either 1 and 3. So that clue's done. That clue's done. Oh, have I dealt with this? Oh, yeah, because it's 10, isn't it? So that clue's done. Don't know what's happening here yet. That clue is certainly done, though. Cool. And that, yeah, that can still be 1 or 3. Let's have a think about what this can be. Because it can't be a 7. Could be a 5. Can't be a 6. So it's one of these smaller digits, smaller numbers sort of thing. So I was thinking might be interesting. Like if that was a 4, that works with 5, 6 here actually, doesn't it? And you got that affecting the 7 as well. The 11 can't be doubled or anything, so that's got to be a 10 here. Let's try and type that in properly. So those two are consecutive, and these two are going to be 1-to-2 ratio. It's done in quite a lot of ways. That's 10. That works with 7 and 3. Sorry, if that's 8, that works with 7 and 3. 1 works with 9, etc. Interesting. If that's 3, that has to be 17. Oh, that works with 16 and 6, doesn't it? 7-9 pair there. Interesting. That's 3, 6. But 6. Oh, 6 here doesn't work because that would have to be 6 and 4. So this is a 2-4 pair. And that's either pairing up these two or those two. And that's either pairing up these two or those two to sum to 7. So 7 and 4 or 5 and 6. Here's maybe a more interesting thought. I wonder if this can be like a 3-5. Is it ever going to get away with that? If it were 3 and 5, then it certainly couldn't be 3 and 5 like that. It'd have to be 5. It would have to be 5 and 3. But I think that's probably fine, isn't it? I can't see an obvious reason why it wouldn't be the case. I just remember, by the way, that this is one that potentially has a bit of a logical leap in the solve path. And I have, but one of us have managed it. So if I'm starting to get a bit stuck, I can have a look at the spoiler that they wrote. But but that's still a fair way off. Hang on. If this was 8, that's certainly not something to 10. And if that's the oh no, that's 9, isn't it? I thought it was the other way around. So this is either, I want to be able to type somewhere else as well. Because I was thinking if that's 9, that certainly can't be 8. That would have to be a 6. And then that would be 3, 7. So interestingly, in this row, one of these two is always 7. Might help. Or, because your other option, oh, 9's of course, oh, that's a 5-9 pair. Possibly useful. Maybe. That clue's basically done, even though I don't know which way around it is, but with the pencil marks, it's true. Oh, that can be a 1. There. Can't be a 7. Oh, of course it can't. Can be a 6. if that's 2, that works with 9 and 1. So then that's... So if that were 6, that just straight out works. Or it comes from 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's something almost interesting with this, isn't there? If this is 4, then does this come into play? Oh, that can be... Oh, it would have to be a 6 1. If that's 4, that is 6 and 1. Yeah, and both of those just work. Interesting. And if instead that's 2, if that's 2, then your border is here, isn't it? Which I had not quite realised. I thought for some reason it was there. So those two would sum to 7, either 1, 4, or 3, 6. Not quite seeing that either. Oh, this can't be 2 because then that sums to 14. So 1, 9, 3, 9, 1, or 4. And then what the hell would that be? That would have to be a 2, 8 pair, wouldn't it? That's 4. That's therefore 2, 8. Or then 6, 7, 3. You know what? 6, 7, 3 doesn't work, does it? That's weird. 6, 7, 3 puts 5 and therefore puts 5, 9, and 5. So that's not a 6. And therefore that is your 6 and 8 there. So I can put these this way around. 14, so that's 7. That's certainly not a 7, that's a 9. And these are your 5, 9 pair. Very good. Oh, that can still sum to 7. How weird. 4, 1, 6. Wasn't expecting that. 2 puts 1, 4 pair at least. That cell's not 4. But 1, 9 or 4, 4, 2, 8. Yeah. 4, 2, 8, 1. This might be useful now, possibly. This clue's done. This clue is basically done at this point, isn't it? No, because the 14... Oh, I did know what this was. The 14 pairs with the 7s, that does have to be an 8. I don't know why I didn't think it was. Yeah. They're both done, though. So 8's there. There's a 2 here. Oh, 9 could go with an 8 here, couldn't it? Ah. One of those two is a 2. So 2, 4. Yeah. 2, 4, 5, 6, 3. And 2 would put 1, 3, 7, or 9 here. 2. Oh, but that can't be 4 anymore, so that is a 2. And these two sum to 11 in some way. That's either 1, 9, or yeah. But that is 2, so that's therefore 3 or 6 here. Maybe useful. 9s go there in the row. Column, even. But like this isn't a 9. Multiple ways. That's almost always an 8 to anyway. Given this 10. About to cross this off, but be jumping the gun a tad. 1s and 7s. So what else do I need to look at? There's that grey dot, there's this grey dot. Which might do something. It's about to put 4s there, but of course they can be up here. So if that is a 9, right? But it's 9 and you got to have an 8 therefore. And that's interesting because that makes that 4 and 2. And these would have to be in a 1:2 ratio. And that's okay. And your other option is 5's here. Which 5's here. Let's put a 4 or a 6 somewhere here. I don't think that's going to help us out immediately. 1, 9, 9, 5, 8. That's lots of possibilities there. Otherwise, 4, 2, 4. And then that just puts some odds. Either 1, 9 or 3, 7. Yeah. Those two sum to 7. You get a 10 sum somewhere. Right, let's think about this grey dot, because I haven't in a while. And it might now be doing something. This, can this still sum to, that be a 3? I feel, because if I can get rid of a 3 from there, then this has to be 4, 7. So 3, 17, therefore 16 and 6. It's a 9, 7 pair there. But that seems, and you're all an 8 out of here. That just seems very likely, I want to say. This 3, 6. And you're never quite looking at the 11, are you? It's close though. So if this was a 5, 6 pair, right? Oh, they could just be consecutive. Because I was thinking one of them would have to be there for a 10 or a 12, but they don't at all. Which is a shame. Right, have I definitely used all the clues that I've crossed off? Because I've done that before, where I think I've used something and that comes back to bite me. I mean, if that's 3, that's 6 and 2. But that seems okay. 6 is basically whatever there, and 8's whatever there. See, the 1, 9, 4, 2, 8, 1, 6 and 4. Those sum to 14. Lots of 5, 9 pairs. Oh god, it's not 4s and 6s in here, is it? Because I mean, if that's 4, 7, therefore that's 6, 1, isn't it? 4, 7, 6, 1. And there's a lot of interaction here, isn't there? Ooh, one of these two is a 9. That's not that interesting, just because of the 1s and the 10s. Hold on, that couldn't be a 12, could it? Oh god, it totally could. When on earth did I assume that had to be 10? That was so long ago. Uh-oh. Why did I think that couldn't be 12? I think it was because of the 1. That could so easily be 12. Oh, dear Lord. Right. Sorry about this. Anyway, I'm just going to save where I am. And then start the train going back. So I've called it 10 there. So I then said that can't be 3 and 6 because this couldn't sum to 10, but it also can't sum to 12. So that's good. And I did some other stuff up here. Blah, 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 blah. Looked at that. Worked out this way around, still not touching that 10 clue. Then I said this can't be an 8. Oh, but this could sum to 12. Oh, but it isn't. That's an 8 though. So they're okay with that 8 going. I placed a 2 here, that's fine. And then I said this can't be 2. Why did I say that had to be 2? Oh, because of the 7. The 7 clue made it 2. So I think we might be in luck. I thought that might be the case. But it hasn't actually. Yeah, so the only problem I've got is those these 9s aren't allowed to be there. Okay. That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. I bet I can just am I going to be able to instantly show that that can't be. It probably can be something to 12, can't it? 9, 3 or whatever. Right. Back on it. Let's see if the old thought still holds anything as well. Five, 6, 3. So yeah, so 5, 6. That's 3, 4. I think it's maybe more interesting when that's a. Oh, but then. Yeah, no, I think this is more interesting when this is 1. Because you get 1. You get 9s and 8s. You get 6, you get 4, 7. Hang on a minute, when that's 5. When this is 4. I've completely forgotten about this 10 clue, haven't I? When this is 4, that's 9 and 1. So 9s do always go here and here still. But that doesn't particularly mean much. Yeah. 1s, 9s, 4s, 9s. So yeah, so sorry. If this is 4, therefore that's 9 and 1. And that breaks. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's good. So that's 1 and 4. This is a 9 to make the 10 clue work. Whoops. And please do more than that. Maybe. Maybe not. It's not 5 and 6. Yeah, there's 6 and 5 there. Therefore, that is a 3. That's a 1, 4, 7. This is a 3 from the 7 clue. Cross off that one. Cross off that one. Get rid of 3 from there. 6s, 6s. 8s don't work there anymore. 1s, but 7s, 2s. That's 1, 7, and 3. That's 7. No, 3 doesn't work because it needs 7 and 1. Cool. 4s and 2s. Nice. So this either sums to, let's make sure I get this right. They're always going to be odd. But they can sum to 12 or 10. Can't be 1, 9 looking at the row. Oops, can't have a 1 in there. Good looking at the row. 3. Does it always have a 3? Otherwise 3 goes here. 3 and 6. This is 3, so this is 17. And therefore that has to be 16 to be consecutive. That has to be 6 and 5. These two sum to, what am I trying to say? Like that. Yep. That can't be 7. Obviously that can't be 7 and 9 anymore. 1, 8, 3, 5. 3s and 5s that way around. Oh god, it is 12, isn't it? Well, I'm pleased I did to at least go back. Hopefully in a sort of going back and forth, I didn't assume anything else. 6, 7, 5. Whoops. Click on the right cell. Lovely job. Right, that clue's done, that clue's done, that clue's done. And we're just left with this as our last outside clue. And then our grey dot, of course. So 1, 7, or 2, 1, 7. Whoa, that always uses a 7. So you get that. So 1, 7, or 7's down here, basically, aren't they? What's going on with these cells? There's a naked single. Wild. Let's play some more digits. And what's this, by the way? 1, 6, and 7. But yeah, that can be whatever it fancies. Can it? That can't be a 6. No. Because 2 bits. Yeah. It's 1, 7, 6s are there. Not quite. Right. This grey dot. It's got to be where it is, isn't it? It do be like that sometimes. Oh, 3s are down here, aren't they? So that's not a 3. But you can but so if there was a 3, so that could be a 3, 6 pair with a 2, with a 4. And that seems very content to do that, doesn't it, actually? Bah. Or just having a quick reread of the rules. There aren't any weird negative constraint stuff going on. At least I'm pretty sure there's not. It's not a very useful pencil mark. I have definitely used all my other clues, ain't I? Like this one is 2, 2, 4, 3, 1, 7. Yeah. If this is 2, right, then that's got to be doing something. Because the 5 therefore needs a 4 or a 6. And the 2 will need a 1. So 2 there puts 1 here. 2, 1, 4. Ah. So if this is 2, wait, what am I trying to say? 2, 2, 1, 7, 1, 6, 3. Oh, that breaks the 3s, doesn't it? Yeah. 2 here. That's 1, 3, 3. So I can pencil mark 3s like this. Oh, that might have been the easier. No, hang on, that's not a 3. But anyway, 3's down here. 2, 1, 3, 3. And the problem with that is, where are you getting your ratio? Because if the 2's ratioing a 4, they're not consecutive. Or like 3 would have to ratio a 6, and then they're not consecutive. So this is a 4. Going around like that. Create 1, 2, 7. Not a 1 there. And 4s and 6s. But what these are, that's not 3 apparently. Yes, because of that. I couldn't see it for the life of me why I'd done that before then. 2 8s and 6s. 8s. Is that a 2 4? No, it's a 2 6. 7 1 3 7. 7's not here. There's a 7. 2 1. That clue's now done. 3 8 3. 2s and 3s. 2s 2s. Definitely not looking. Oh, it's this, isn't it? So, oh wow, that works either way around. Weird. So it's not that. So what is it? 2s? 5s. 5s. Maybe? This is looking like a pattern. No. These can't be ratio, can they? Because of that. Oh dear, sorry. If that's 8, then you ain't got no consecutive stuff going on. That is 6 2 2 6. 6 1 1 4 4 8 and 8. Very cool. Apologies for the backtracking around that 12. I'm pleased I realised it, because if I then thought I'd broken it, then that would have been tricky. That had some hard stuff. I'll be interested. I'll go have a read of where sort of them possibly different logic to what you expected would be interested about that. And yeah, that was a, I suspect it might have been that end part, because that was a bit weird, but spottable, and I like that sort of logic. But yeah, very cool. Right, let's have a look at 4B. So no clues outside, but we've got some interesting shapes here. You're gonna have to make me think about meta stuff about how this works. Because obviously I'm immediately thinking about 9s and 5s and 7s. So whichever square has a 9 in it also needs a 5. Oh no, also needs a 8. Let's try that again. There's so much that can be shared. That's what I find quite tricky. Of course, these two must be pointing at the same thing, mustn't they? So like if that's 2, that's 7, they sum to maybe they can't be 7s either. They sum to 9. So 3, because they're both 7 9 pairs, aren't they? Yeah. So that comes to 3 4 5 and 6. That's not 3 and 6 that way around. Because I was just thinking about when 9s couldn't go. Like that can be a 9? Yeah, probably. Because I was kind of hoping it would be Magic Square-esque. 3 3 7 9 breaks, doesn't it? That can't be a 7 9 pair. So that's 7 9 with 7 9s like this. Which I would say is interesting here, but the fact that 7s and 9s and 5s are the like hard things to place on a dot, so it doesn't really make much difference. That was just because you couldn't have a 7 and 9 on there, isn't it? Yeah. Certainly can't be a 1 though. That can with a 1 3. So if that were 1 and 3, does that work with these dots? 2 6. No, because the 1 always needs a 2. Yeah, so that's not 1 and 3. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. 1 and 3. The 1 would always need a 2 on both of those sides. That's not a 1. 2 would put 3 1, which has the exact same problem. Yeah, in fact, 1s. Because 1s always pair with a 2. No, because well, that couldn't be a 1, for example. And in fact, because the 4 is now a 1-3 pair. That can't be a 3. So that's quite big. But annoyingly, very even. So my 6 or 8, so I've got 1 3s either here or here. This couldn't be 5 or 9 or even 7. It's unsurprisingly very even. I'd be interested, by the way, if with this arrangement of the dots, if you can literally just write in this box. I feel like in terms of like rotations and symmetry and whatnot. Or up to them, I should say. Oh, I've only just realised I've butchered my title. Sorry about that. 65. Didn't think to check that. Sorry. Right, come on, keep thinking. So, if this is 5, there's interesting things either way, because if that's 4, you get a 7 or 9 on this dot, which might help. 9 here puts 8 there. That looks like that's going to be an issue, but it's also only getting rid of a 9 from this cell. That cell can't be an 8 because the 9 needs it somewhere else. And 1s and 2s, but oh no, that can't be a 2 because that would put a 1 here, and then this would also need a 2. So that's some 3, 6 on 9, 8 even. So if that's a 6, 8 pair, that would need a 4 here for the ratio. And then a 5. Oh, it needs 6, 8 would put 4 and 7. And then that 7 is broken in this box, isn't it? So that's 6, 8, 4 and 7. So this is definitely a 3. Just a lot less than I wanted it to. That could still be a 1. 1, 2. That could still be 8. No, it can't, because... Oh, it can with 9s would go there or there. Do one of these need to be a 6? Probably. I don't think I can see it. Can you do the same thing with this not being 6, 8 pair? If this is a 6, 8 pair, then that would have to be 4. And that would be 7 or... Six, 8 pair. The problem was before the 6, 8 pair was hidden up there. I was worried I did something wrong, but I think I'm still okay. Oh, this 3. Does this 3 help us? This sort of thing? Is it a 12? It says reading. Oh, this obviously isn't 1. Is that 13? And could that be a 3, 1? If that's 3 and 1, then therefore 3 and 1 with an 8. That's something like this. Yeah, that just seems alright. That dot as well, but not doing much. 9s and 8s. 9s, 8s, 6s. Does that mean anything? I was just looking at this again as well, by the way. No, yeah, that can't be a 2. Is that a 1, 3 there? Certainly can't be 9. It also can't be 8 because they're both even. Could it be a 7? Probably. 9 and 4 or whatever. No, 9. So 7. Ah, 758 I think works. These aren't 9s. So that's another space that doesn't have a 9 at least. Sort of useful. Surely that's not 4 either, yeah, because it's the same problem here. I thought that when I had a digit here, things would just sort of explode. But not quite, alas. 5 here. I want to ask the question, where's... Oh, that works with 5, 6 as a pairing. Ah. If that's 4 with 7 or 9, then you'd obviously need a 6 for this. 4 here. That's a 6, 8 pair there. 4, 2, 6, 8 pair. Okay, sorry, 4, 2, 6, 8 pair. Where am I putting a 9? It's down here. And that breaks. So that is a 5. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. These two now sum to 7. 5 and 2 like that. So the 5 needs a 4 or 6 as a Hujima flip, doesn't it? So if this was 8, or if this is 8, then it puts a 4, 6 pair. So you always have 6s up here. In fact, if that's 6, 6 puts 8 and 4. And then that breaks this, doesn't it? Because 6, 8, 4. No, that works with a 2. 1s now either go there or there. If 1, therefore 2, therefore 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. Oh, what about 1, 2? Oh, that also works with 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 4. Yeah, that's fine, because this is acting as a ratio and a other thing. What's this? I haven't noticed that this one's quite big as well. It's not 1, certainly not 2. There's a 6, 8 pair there. So therefore, either this is a 5, 9 or that's 5, 9. And you get at least 1, 5 or 9 on this dot. 7 here doesn't work anymore, doesn't it? Because that couldn't be 9 and 4. So that needs 9 and 8. And is this now interesting? This surely can't be a 9, because that would need 8, and then these two aren't in a ratio. So that's not a 9. If that's 7, again, these aren't in a ratio and aren't consecutive to 7. 8 would work with 4 and then 3, 2. Yeah. So 9s are somewhere on this thing, so 8s also have to be. And we got another digit in here. Nice. And that puts a 5, 9 pair down there. 6s. Get rid of a 6 from there. And that's now a 1, 3 pair. So this is 5, and these two sum to 13, like that. Now we're getting going again. hopefully. Yeah, nines are over here with an 8. So therefore you can't have a 7 as well. There's a 2-8 pair. There's a 7 that needs 6 or 8. So this needs a 2 or 6 to pair up with that. So do you always have a 6? No, not necessarily. What are these? 2, 8, 5, 6, 3. One of them is a 9 pairing with the 8, and the other is a 1 or 4. So therefore this is a 7, and this box is now done. Good. That's 7 and 5 like this. These aren't 4s. 1, 3, 6. 2, 8 puts 1, 3 like that. 2s, there's a 7. 2s and 8s. 1s, 4, 6, 9. What's my last cell? 3. Nice. Oh, I was hoping to put a 9 on here. Right, let's check some stuff. That's, ooh, whoa, hello. 8 and 2. That's not 8, 5, it's not 9, 4, that is a 6, 7. Therefore that's done, that one's done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that one's done, this one's done, and this one's done. And these two are, that, yeah, that can't be a 9, can it? Because then what's going on here? So that's a 4, 9, and you got a 5, 6 and a ratio 4 to 8. You got a 3, yeah, that can't be 8, can it? It's got to be 2, 8 like that. 3, 6 and a ratio 1, 2. 1, 2 ratio 7, 8. 2, 4, 9, 8. 7, 8, 1, 2. Awesome. Right. What clues have we got left? So is it only the 10? Plus these dots, apparently. 2s and 8s. So if the 2, because obviously one of these needs a new ratio thing, doesn't it? If the 8 was the ratio, that would be 4 with a 1, 3. And if the 2 was the ratio, that would be 1, 4 with 7, 9. Well, that's quite a lot of pencil marks. But this cell, that cell needs a ratio thing. Let's try that again. That cell needs a consecutive, so this needs a ratio. So that's certainly not a 7 or 9. And that can't be a 3 either, can it? No. But if that's 1, 2... Wait, sorry, that's either 1 or 4, 4, 6. Yeah. And you don't, like, that can be a 1, 6. It could be a 4, 6. It could be a 1, 4. Can be any of them. How about this? If that was consecutive, then this would be a ratio, and that's not going to happen. So this has got to be, and that can't be, oh, that can't be consecutive there either because of the 2, 4. That's cool. So that's ratio, and that's therefore consecutive. This is going to be useful. It's 4s. A little. They're vaguely reduced, aren't they, as their options. Got quite a few more dots still. Oh, that's just a 3 at pair, isn't it? Whoa. Should help with this. 1, 4, and 5. 2 and 6, leaving 5, 7, and 9. Nice. Right. So, oh, 6s. I was really hoping for that to do something, and it certainly did. So that is good. That's 7, 9 pairs with an 8. The 2 works either way around with a 1 or 4. Happy with that. So these 1, 4s, right? What are they doing? You certainly can't have a 7 or a 9 on them. Let's think about this in a better way. The one always needs a 2. And this one always also needs a 2. But that's consecutive or ratio. So the 4 can either pick up a 5, 3, or 8. Nice. 3, 8. Oh, the 5 and 4. Therefore, that's got to be 2 and 8 like that. Yeah. That looks true. 2 is down here. 8s. And 4s, something like that as well. Might start to think about this because it can be 8 with 3, 7. Can't be 7 though. Can't be 6 either, I want to say. No. And what about this cell? If 9, therefore, that can't be 1 because then this needs a 2, so that's 4 and 1 that way around. 9 and 4. So yeah, so this is always going to need a consecutive, so the 4 always needs a ratio, and I've broken it. Oh, apparently not. What's going on here? Sorry. 7 and 9. That can be a ratio. Oh, I was doing diagonal stuff again. So the 4 needs, it needs an 8, and the only place that can go is there. So that's therefore 7 and 6. Nice. 5 and 9. So now for sure I should be able to see what this is. If that's 4, that doesn't work, so therefore that's 2. And these 2 are a 4, 6 pair. Nice. 1, 5, 7, 3, 8, and 9. 8's here. 7, 1, 5, 5, 1, 7, 5. What's going on there? There's that, isn't it? Very precise with what I'm trying to say. That grey dot's now done as well. And this 10 clue is done. Awesome. 1s, 4s, 6s. There's a 6, 4, 1. Definitely need a 2. 2s and 6s, the 4. Therefore, needs a 3 or a 5 because it's not taking an 8. 5, 3, 9, 7, 5, 8s and 9s, 5, 5, 9. And the rest of the bits finish. Interesting. I'm gonna. So my immediate. Oh, but then this had the weird ending as well. I was gonna say. This one I have to admit, I didn't particularly enjoy the beginning. I need to have a chat with the other judges to see if I just missed some stuff. With that introduction. But then this also had the slightly funny end. So both of them had some points that were a bit like bordering chainy. They're both good puzzles as well. Interesting, the 2 takes on it. Yeah, I'm not like, it feels like that should have to be something like a 2 with that sort of box. But I don't know. I'll have a chat and find out. And I mean, once I got that, then this puzzle flowed very nicely. It's interesting. Thank you both for the puzzles. Enjoyed them. Good luck to whoever makes it through to the next round. Chat to you all later.